Hare Krishna. So welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita class. Thank you for taking out your precious time and coming to attend this Gita class. We are continuing our discussion from Bhagavad Gita as it is. We are on second chapter entitled Contents of Gita Summarized. We are discussing a very interesting section where Krishna is glorifying the qualities of this process of devotional service. I think we were on 53rd verse. 50? 53rd we have to start, right? Okay. So this is a very wonderful section where Krishna is describing, he's telling Arjun, you are thinking about sinful reactions. You are worrying about getting implicated into sinful reactions. If you work for the higher purpose, if you work to please me in the process of Buddhi Yoga, then you will not be affected by this sinful reaction and the problems of this material work. And we heard Krishna describing the glories of devotional service, how this process is eternal. Neha Vikramanasha, there is no loss in this path. And we need to have some qualities like determination, one-pointed focus, Vyavasaya Buddhi. And if somebody is not focused, then they'll not be able to practice bhakti properly. Bhoga Aishwarya Prasakta. If somebody is attached to enjoyment of the things of this world, they cannot have Vyavasaya Buddhi. And then we described Krishna we saw that Krishna told that Arjun, you don't get focused and disturbed by the Vedic promises. In the Vedas, there are various promises which are made. If you want good health, okay, worship Surya Dev. Good wife, worship Uma. Good husband, worship Lord Shiva. So all these are the material things which are mentioned in the Vedas. Don't get disturbed and distracted by these things because they are temporary. Go beyond all these Vedic promises. And in the last verse we discussed that when the intelligence passes through the dense forest of delusion, which is mentioned in the scriptures, they give so many Vedas, they give so many different proposals which disturb and illusion people. It is not so easy to come to conclusions. The process which we are hearing, the process of Krishna consciousness in such a simple way, it's like one time, Prabhupada in the beginning days, he was giving initiation. And आजकल तो बहुत सारे rules होते हैं ना, IDC है, ISKCON disciple course है और ये सब बहुत कुछ करना पड़ता है. In the beginning days of ISKCON, one devotee came and it was the initiation day. So Prabhupada is taking interview directly. He said, okay, you want to get initiated? Yes, Prabhupada. Okay, who is God? He said, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, you are passed, you can get initiated. So this knowledge which is so very simply available, given by Srila Prabhupada, it was not there in the Vedas so easily available. Vedic knowledge is very confusing. It is like how many of you have cut jackfruit yourself? खुद काटा है, खाया तो सबने होगा. जिसने काटा है उसको मालूम है कैसा मजा आता है काटने में. It is not so easy to cut jackfruit. You have to put oil and you have to be careful. You should know what to cut, what to throw. नहीं तो पता चला जो खाना था वही फेंक दिया. So the Vedic knowledge is like a jackfruit tree. And if somebody is not expert, either they'll get frustrated or they will throw the right thing and get the wrong thing. So the Vedic knowledge is like that. So therefore Krishna told, just go beyond all this and practice devotional service. Because Krishna consciousness, it transcends all the Vedic rules and regulations. In the Vedas, if you have to chant some mantra, do some yajna, you have to purify your body, be in the pure mind, pure consciousness. If somebody is not in pure body, mind, they cannot even chant the Vedic mantras. If somebody is not pronouncing properly some mantras, they will not get the proper result. There is a story in Bhagavatam which comes that there was a great demon, Vritrasur. And this demon was created because Indra Indra killed a very great sage. His name was Vishwarupa. Long story. We'll discuss some other time. The father of this Vishwarupa became very angry, and he wanted to create a demon who will be the enemy of Indra. That means who will kill Indra. Indra Shatru. So as he was chanting this mantra, offering oblations in Yajna, he chanted this word Indra Shatru in a different tune. ट्यून में गड़बड़ हो गया, वर्ड में नहीं, टोन में गड़बड़, कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो गया होगा. And what was created was a demon whose enemy is Indra. He wanted to create a demon who will be the enemy of Indra, but he created a demon whose enemy is Indra. That means आप लोग बोले सेम ही तो लग रहा है प्रभु जी, अंतर क्या है? बड़ा अंतर है. Enemy of Indra means he will kill Indra, and whose enemy is Indra is who will be killed by Indra. So just few meters, a tone का अंतर है बस. अगर ऐसा आप लोगों को बोलेंगे आज से आपको हरे कृष्णा मंत्र एकदम प्रॉपर ट्यून में गाना है, एक भी वर्ड गड़बड़ हुआ तो आपको उसका फल नहीं मिलेगा. प्रभु जी माला रख लो आप, जैसे तैसे तो माला हो रही है हमारी, उसमें भी आप बोल रहे हैं ऐसा करो वैसा करो. So that is the process of Krishna consciousness. It is very easy. No hard and fast rules, but there are soft and slow rules. We should not feel कुछ भी चलता है, माला करो नहीं करो क्या फर्क पड़ता है. There are rules, soft rules, slow rules. You can chant anytime, anywhere, but we have to be in right consciousness. Try to be attentive. Otherwise, if you are not attentive in chanting, if you are having bead bag in one hand, mobile in other hand, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, और ये जो bead bag से बाहर निकलती है ना उंगली, ये सबसे बड़ी कल्प्रिट है. हरे कृष्णा, इसमें सब हो जाता है, मैसेज भी टाइप हो जाता है, ऐसे सब हो जाता है. We have to be really careful. So Krishna is describing this wonderful process. Now we'll go to the 53rd verse, where Krishna is again emphasizing, don't get disturbed by the words of the Vedas. We'll recite this verse. Shruti vipratipanna te yada sthāsyati niṣchala samadhavacala buddhi tada yogam avapsyasi. Translation, somebody can read.
When your mind is no longer disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, and when it remains fixed in the trance of self-realization, then you will have attained the divine consciousness.
Shruti vipratipanna. Shruti means the Vedas. There are two types of scriptures, Shruti and Smriti. Shruti means what is heard, Shravan, Shruti. And Smriti means the great sages, they have heard the words of the God, and when they explain in their own understanding, according to their realization, that is called as Smriti. So Krishna is saying, Shruti vipratipannate. We should not be influenced by the fruitive activities mentioned in the Vedas. Shruti vipratipanna, go beyond the Vedic rituals. So Krishna is hammering this one concept. Don't be so much disturbed by the Vedic rituals. Yada sthāsyati niṣcala, when the mind is no longer disturbed by the Vedic promises, and samadhava achala buddhi, when the buddhi is achal. Achal means not disturbed. Achal buddhi, when the buddhi is fixed in self-realization, that means connecting with the God, then you should understand yogam avapsisi. Then you should understand that this person has attained divine consciousness. So therefore, Shruti vipratipanna means Krishna is saying, look, Arjun, whatever you have heard so far in the Vedas, you will kill, you will become sinful, so you want to run away, just go beyond all these. Don't get disturbed by all the Vedic promises. Shruti vipratipanna, because most of the times in the Vedas, sense gratification is glorified. You should practice dharma to get artha. And when you get artha, what you should do? Enjoy, calm. But very few times moksha is described. Dharma, artha, calm. Moksha is a long way, and what to speak of devotional service? It is very scarcely mentioned. Not mentioned so clearly, not mentioned repeatedly. Because this world is, people are already interested in sense gratification. And the Vedas, they are giving a very nice way how you can enjoy, at the same time remain dharmic. So what is the problem? Achha, I will enjoy also and I will be dharmic person. But Bhagavatam begins by rejecting all such type of religions which promises the sense gratification of this world. Because whatever you do in this world, even if you enjoy dharmically, you have to stay in this world. And in this world, problems will be there. Whether you are a saintly person, whether you are a sinful person, problems will come for everyone. ऐसा तो है नहीं कि नहीं जब से भक्ति करना शुरू किया ना प्रभु जी, एक भी दिन मेरे को हेडेक हुआ ही नहीं, मालूम है. So problems will be there. जब से चैंटिंग शुरू किया ना, सब एग्जाम में एकदम टॉप आ रहा हूँ. So all these problems will be there. Whether you practice bhakti or not, because you are in this material world full of problems. It is like somebody entering a coal mine and says, "Kala kidhar se laga re?" That's the problem with this material world. However intelligent you may be. वो कबीर का एक दोहा था, स्कूल में पढ़ा था. काजल की कोठरी में कैसो ही सयानो जाए, काजल का दाग भैया लागे. However intelligent you may be, if you enter a coal mine, you can't avoid getting, all the black spots. So it will be there. So whether you enjoy in a dharmic way or enjoy in a sinful way, problems will be there. So therefore, after coming to Krishna consciousness, coming to spiritual life, we should understand that this life is not just meant for enjoyment. Enjoyment, karo, maja karo, no problem. But that enjoyment should not take us away from the goal of life. Our enjoyment should also be in such a way that it drives us to the ultimate goal. So that is the process of Krishna conscious enjoyment. We also enjoy. We also have good time. ऐसा तो नहीं होता आप तो एकदम दुखी रहते हैं प्रभु जी. आपके जीवन में सुख है कि नहीं कुछ? नहीं, we have to go beyond the pleasures of this world. भगवद गीता में बोला है. So that means अभी क्या मुंह बना के घूमे सब जगह. Krishna consciousness is all wonderful process. Prabhupada and Krishna says, "Su sukham kartum avyayam." It is blissful. Somebody came to Prabhupada and said, "Swamiji, what do you do for recreation?" आप जीवन में मजा कैसे करते हैं आप लोग? सुबह से उठ के हरे कृष्णा करना चालू करते हैं आप लोग. मतलब मजा क्या है जीवन में आपके? Prabhupada said, "Our whole life is recreation only." Who gets up 4:30 in the morning and starts dancing? आज तक किसी ने डांस किया सुबह 4:30 बजे उठ के? कोई करेगा तो बोलेगा कुछ तो गड़बड़ हो गया इसका. सुबह सुबह क्यों डांस कर रहा है? Prabhupada said, we dance in front of the Lord. We eat nice prasad, we meet good people, we go to nice places, we are happy, our whole life is full of recreation. So Krishna consciousness is not against enjoyment. But the problem of the enjoyment of this world is, the enjoyment of this world binds us. Enjoyment of spiritual world liberates us. The happiness is given to pure devotees also. And those who are karmis, they also get happiness. What is the difference? What is the difference between happiness of a karmi or a materialistic person and the happiness of a devotee? He also enjoys, just like example is Dhruva, Prahlad, great devotees of the Lord. They were given all benedictions by the Lord. Prahlad, Lord told you enjoy for 35,000 years. No, not 35, one manvantar. One manvantar means 72 yuga cycles. One yuga cycle, समझ गए ना आप लोग? नहीं तो बताने की जरूरत नहीं है ना, कैलकुलेशन बताएंगे तो भी हमको समझ नहीं रहा है. One manvantar. Dhruva, he was told, you enjoy for 35,000 years with all your senses intact, very young, you will never become old. He was enjoying, and he was not getting implicated in karmic reaction. That is a bliss of spiritual life. You enjoy also, and you don't get implicated also. Of course, that is there for those devotees who have transcended the modes of material nature. Krishna gives them all the benedictions and happiness also in this material world. And Krishna gives the practicing devotees also happiness, so much so that they can continue to practice spirituality and Krishna consciousness properly. So I should not feel, Arey, I am not enjoying in this world. Enjoyment is there. But we should know what type of enjoyment will not bind us. So therefore Krishna says, don't run after the happiness and the promises of the Vedas. Go beyond it. Yada sthasyati nishala. This person, he should have fixed intelligence, undisturbed, nishchal, unshaken intelligence. Krishna is not saying achal mana, samadhav achala buddhi, not achal man, because man will get disturbed. It is so very difficult to keep the mind achal. Every moment mind can go anywhere. Abhi idhar hai. Next moment mind is somewhere. The next third moment mind is with somebody else, or mind is preparing for the next day's routine thing. क्या करना है, क्यों करना है, और उसने कैसा बोला, और उसने ऐसा कैसा बोल दिया. I'll take revenge. So all these things will go on in the mind. But buddhi should be fixed. When the buddhi is fixed, buddhi is like an anchor. Mind is like the very shaky boat. Any wind comes, mind will be disturbed. But if the anchor is there, the boat will not go anywhere. Some disturbance, but boat will stay at the same place only. That is how achal buddhi. So a devotee who is practicing spiritual life, Krishna consciousness, Prabhupada writes, a Krishna conscious person should not be disturbed by the flowery language of the Vedas, nor he should be engaged in fruitive activities for promotion to heavenly kingdom. स्वर्ग जाना है? नहीं जाना है ना अभी? चलो अभी तो ना बोल रहे हैं सब लोग. थोड़े महीने पहले तक कुछ लोग बोलते हैं हाँ मुझे स्वर्ग जाना है. तो इतना तो भी समझ गए स्वर्ग नहीं जाना है. Because the Swarga is also temporary. All the happiness of the Swarga, it is just illusion, because it takes us away from the actual practice of Krishna consciousness. There is a verse in Bhagavatam which says, the Devatas, they are praying, Kim dushkarairna kratubhi tapovratai dana dibhirva dvijayena falguna Nayatra Narayana Pada Pankaja Smriti Pramushtati Shaindriya Utsavat. Devatas are praying to the Lord. They are saying, oh my Lord, we have done so much of tapasya, dana, punya, so many things. Dushkara, kim dushkarayana tapovi, kratuvi, tapa, vrata, dan, and we have now achieved heaven. Everything is good here. There is one problem in heaven. You know what is the problem in heaven? Any guesses? What must be the problem in heaven? क्या problem क्या होगा स्वर्ग में? How can there be a problem? Devatas are saying, न यत्र नारायण पाद पंकज स्मृति. Oh my Lord, there is one problem here. It is very difficult to remember you here. Why? Atishaya Indriya Utsavat. There is a great celebration of senses going on here. Festival चल रहा है. Unlimited avenues for sense enjoyment available in heaven. तो भगवान की याद कैसे आएगी? If we have a plate full of prasad with gulab jamun, paneer, pakoda, puri, तो खाते खाते भगवान की याद आती है. Very few times we remember the Lord while enjoying the things of this world. So therefore the devatas are saying, बहुत मुश्किल है, अतिशय इंद्रिय उत्सवा. So therefore the Vedas, when they glorify something, go to heaven enjoy, and you enjoy in this world, we go away from spiritual life. It takes us away from Krishna consciousness. And the more we practice bhakti with determination, with focus, three things will happen. Our words will never go wrong. Our mind will never deter towards the wrong things. Our senses will never go towards sense gratification. That is in store for us. If you are practicing bhakti properly, these three things can happen. Brahmaji says this. He is telling Narad Muni, "O Narada Muni, na bharati me angam rishopalakshate na vai kvachin me manaso mrishagati na me rishikani patantya satpate yanmai hridautkanthyavata dhrito hari." My words, they never go wrong. Whatever I speak come true. Na bharati me ang. Bharati means my words never go wrong. Mrisha means false. Manaso mrishagati. My mind never deters towards the wrong things. Rishikani patanti asatpathe. My senses, they never go towards the sense gratification. Why? How is it? I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord with great zeal. That means I am remembering the Lord always. I am chanting the names of the Lord always. So that is the power of devotional service. So therefore Krishna is saying, Samadha achala buddhi. Nishchala is a stage where a practicing sadhaka works. Nishchal means mind is still when there is no external agitation. बाहर से कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, मन शांत है. That is called as निश्चल. Achal means even if there is external agitation, mind is not disturbed. That is perfected state. In practicing state, बाहर शांत है, तो मेरा मन थोड़ा शांत है. But in the perfected state, even if there is chaos everywhere, still my mind is and intelligence is shant. It is not disturbed. Samadha achala buddhi. So that is how it is described here. So Krishna says, one is sure to achieve the results by activities of Krishna consciousness. One has to only carry out the orders of Krishna or his representative. बस इतना ही करना है. क्या करना है? Follow the words of Krishna. इतना simple है ना. Just for Prabhupada, because he is doing it, he is saying only follow. One has to only follow the words. That is the most important thing. We should not be making the plans ourselves, what to do, what not to do, how to practice spirituality, how to practice devotional service, whatever Krishna says, whatever the spiritual masters and the seniors they tell, just try to do this. So that's how Krishna is describing this verse. Now we'll go to the next verse. So the next is a very, very important section which is starting in the second chapter. From 54th verse to the last verse, 54 to 72. This entire section is a very important section for practicing devotee. It tells us what to do, what not to do, what are the basic practices of a devotee, what they should avoid, how they should work in this world. All these things are described. And it begins with a very, very important question of Arjun. Because when Arjun hears this, Samadha achala buddhi. So Arjun is asking, can you tell me more about such person who has achala buddhi? He wants to know more about it. He is very alert. He is not khatam ho gaya. ठीक है, thank you. Mahaprasade Govinde. He's really alert, asking more about a certain topic. You told about achala buddhi. Can you tell me more about the person who has this achala buddhi? He asks 4 questions describing this person. Can you tell me these 4 characteristics? We'll recite this verse. Arjuna uvacha स्थितप्रज्ञस्य का भाषा समाधिस्थस्य केशव स्थितधीः किं प्रभाषेत किम् आसीत व्रजेत किम्. Translation.
Arjuna said, O Krishna, what are the symptoms of one whose position is thus merged in paradise? How does he speak and what is his language? How does he sit and how does he walk?
So now hearing these questions, somebody may say, "ये क्या पूछ रहे हैं? How does he sit? How does he walk? How does he talk? What is the relation?" But there is a deeper meaning behind these questions. We'll see what is the deeper meaning. He says, "Sthita pragyasya ka bhasha" means what is the language of such a person? That is the literal meaning. So ka bhasha means Arjuna is asking, can you please tell the general character of this person? How to identify that this person is sthita pragya? Ka bhasha. Second, sthitaghi kim prabhasheta. Kim prabhasheta means how does he speak? Bolta kaise? That what does that mean? When somebody glorifies him, how does he behave? When somebody insults him, how does he react? That is the manner of speech. Because we respond by our words. If somebody glorifies us, और बोलिए ना प्रभु जी, बोलते रहिए, अच्छा लगता है. कभी कभी तो कोई बोलता है, और बोलिए. And if somebody insults us, देख लूंगा प्रभु जी, you are not understanding my glories. So how this person responds? Because a person is known by his speech. Prabhupada writes a very interesting line in the purport. He writes somewhere, from the last 5th line, a fool is undiscovered as long as he does not speak. जब तक बोलता नहीं है ना, शांति से बैठा है, तब तक लगता है हाँ ठीक है. As soon as he starts speaking, मूर्ख कहीं का. काका कृष्णा काका पिका को भेदयो वसंत समये प्राप्ते काका काका पिका पिका. काका कृष्णा, कौवा भी काला, पिका कृष्णा, कोयल भी काली. How to understand the difference? Vasant samaye, Vasant will come, both will speak. Kaka, kaka, pika, pika. So that's why when we start speaking, then we reveal ourselves. मुंह बंद है, अच्छे दिख रहे हैं, कितने सभ्य हैं, शांति से बैठते हैं. I have told this earlier also. One time there was one devotee was taking yatra, and many devotees were there. And there was one devotee who was known to be very simple, humble, not speak much. He was also there in the yatra. So the train stopped at one station, and some outside person, gunda jaisa, he entered and he started misbehaving with some devotees. So this simple, humble looking devotee, he got up and he started giving all the bad words. So all the devotees, rather than looking at the other person, they are looking at him. Prabhu ji, ye wahi hai. And then he chased away this person out, and then he entered the bogie and he saw everybody is in shock. He said, Prabhu ji, आप टेंशन मत लो, मेरी पुरानी वाली डिक्शनरी है. मैं इसको कभी कभी निकालता हूँ जरूरत पड़ने पे. So that's how, till the time we don't speak, we don't reveal who we are. So it is so very important in Krishna consciousness, most important to know how a person speaks. Speech is a very important quality of a man or a person. We reveal ourselves. Prabhupada writes it. Most important is how the man in Krishna consciousness speaks. For speech is the most important quality of any man. Any man means any person. Layman के लिए. Stat pragyasya ka bhasha kim prabhasheta. Third is kim asita. Asita, literal meaning is how does a person sit. But the inner meaning is how this person controls his senses. अपनी इंद्रियों को एक जगह कैसे बिठा के रखता है वो. Because it is so very easy for the senses to get distracted. The world is full of distractions. So how this person controls his senses? Kim asita. That is the third question. And the fourth question is Brajeta Kim. How does he walk? That does not mean अच्छा वो क्या fashion show रहा है क्या? How does he walk? That means how this person controls his senses as he is moving around in the world. घर पे बैठ के इंद्रियों को कंट्रोल करना ठीक है, no distractions, so I am controlled. When you go out, अभी तो out भी जरूरत नहीं है, mobile is sufficient. So how does this person controls the senses while moving in this world? वो घूमता कैसे इस संसार में, and how he keeps controlling his senses? Because this world is full of temptations. It is so very difficult to be focused. So these are the 4 questions which Arjun is asking. Prabhupada writes, as there are symptoms for each and every man in terms of his particular situation, similarly, one who is in Krishna consciousness has his particular nature, talking, walking, thinking and feeling. So after coming to Krishna consciousness, one of the very important things to learn is how we deal with each other, how we deal with devotees. That is called as Vaishnava Sadachar, the etiquettes. A devotee is not ornamented by jewelry of this material world, of gold and diamonds. What is the ornament of a Vaishnava? Our behavior. And behavior includes all this. How we speak, how we behave with others, how we deal with others, how we control our senses. Etiquettes are the ornaments of Vaishnava. You should try to wear these ornaments of etiquettes. How we behave with each other, how we deal, how we give respect to each other. In outside world, nobody wants to give respect to others. In Krishna consciousness, we give all the respect to devotees. As soon as we come and meet devotees, we offer obeisances. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. We consider other devotees like ocean of mercy, desire fulfilling trees, because if the devotees are pleased, Krishna will be pleased. So they are vancha kalpataru, they are kalpataru, they can fulfill spiritual desires. So therefore, it is very, very important to learn these etiquettes, to learn how to deal with the other people of the world, how to deal with people who are envious, how to deal with people who are sinful, who are neutral. We know there are 3 stages of devotees: Kanishtha, Madhyam and Uttam. Kanishtha Adhikari devotee means he or she thinks for me, Krishna and me. बीच में कोई आना नहीं चाहिए. Okay. I will develop my relation directly with Krishna. Why these devotees are troubling me a lot? हर बार कॉल करते रहते हैं. मेरा कृष्ण के साथ डायरेक्ट है, इन लोग का नहीं होगा, मेरा तो डायरेक्ट ऑलरेडी हो गया है. Just like there was a song, movie song, many years back. देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा, तुमसे बढ़कर कौन, और तुम्हारे भक्तजनों में देखो उसमें भी कितना अहंकार है. मेरे जैसा डिवोटी है क्या कोई यहाँ पे? लोग जानते नहीं है मैं कितना बड़ा डिवोटी हूँ. Prabhupada would say, he would tell a story spoken by Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. One time there was a man and he was a pujari and he had a shaligram. And he would worship the Shaligram Shila nicely in front of everyone. And people would come, they would give donation. And one time, one person he gave badam. not that वो fruit वाला बादाम जिसके अंदर से निकलता है बादाम. And after all the people are gone, so this pujari closes the altar and he's trying to break that badam to take out that inner seed. वो टूट नहीं रहा है, क्या करें? So इधर देखा उधर देखा, कुछ दिख नहीं रहा है. Shaligram. She took that shaligram and started breaking that badam with that shaligram. And after some time he named Badam Bhangi Shaligram. So such people who don't understand the philosophy properly and they are worshipping God thinking that arey mera direct relation, and when the problem comes they don't care for the Lord also. One time Prabhupada said he installed a deities in one temple and he was leaving, and he told the devotees that all of you should read scriptures, Gita, Bhagavatam properly, otherwise after some time you will feel why my spiritual master has given this burden of deities around my neck. Archa Vigraha will become Galagraha. Galagraha means gale mein pada hua. One of our devotees, Sudama Prabhu, he says, if we are doing just kharcha on the archa and not doing Bhagavad charcha, then it will be waste. We'll start doubting, क्यों कर रहा हूँ मैं खर्चा? We are just spending on the deities and not understanding why I am doing this. So scriptures, Gita, Bhagavad, they are must. We should read it regularly. Siddhant baliya jeev chitte na karo alas iha haite Krishna lagi sudrida manas. We should not be lazy in understanding the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. The more we are very expert, or not, we may not be expert now, but we should be aware, basic awareness should be there. What is philosophy? Otherwise, neophyte devotee, Kanishta, who thinks, for me, Krishna is only thing who I want. Devotee nahi chahiye bhai. Because Krishna is so nice, he never tells anything. ये devotee परेशान करते हैं हमेशा. कभी सेवा के लिए बुलाते हैं और जब नहीं आए तो फिर डांट पड़ती है, और फिर प्रोग्राम में नहीं आए तो कॉल करते हैं. कितना परेशान करते हैं. देखो कृष्णा एक जगह पे खड़े रहते हैं, नेवर सेज एनीथिंग. दैट इज कनिष्ठा. As we start practicing Krishna consciousness, we go to second level. And this Madhyama Adhikari devotee, he has some knowledge of philosophy. He may not be so expert to convince others, but he is himself or herself convinced. I cannot convince him, but I am convinced that what I am practicing is right. And this devotee has 4 types of dealings with 4 types of people. Ishvare tad adhineshu balisheshu dvishatsu cha prema maitri kripa upeksha yah karoti samadhyama. So this devotee meets with 4 types of people. He has Ishwar, Lord in his life. He has devotees. Sometimes he meets people who are innocent. And sometimes he meets people who are envious. How to deal with these 4 categories? Ishware Prem. He develops loving relation with the Lord. Tad Adhineshu Maitri. Tad Adhin means the devotees, make friendly relationship with them. And Ishvare Tat Adhineshu Balisheshu. If we see some innocent people, Kripa, show mercy to them, bring them closer to Krishna. You'll meet your friends and relatives who are somewhat innocent sometimes. They don't know what is right, what is wrong. Please try to tell them about Krishna consciousness. Bring them closer to God. And you'll meet some envious people also. Dvisha, dvesh karne wale. Unko kya karna hai? Upeksha, neglect. What type of neglect? वो सामने से आ रहा है ना इधर. What type of neglect we have to do? Never discuss any spiritual subject matters with that person. We should be the first person to help if that person is in need. In that way, he will develop some soft corner for us. And when in times of need we help them, and then sometime we'll say, यार ये लोग करते क्या अच्छे लोग हैं. Then they will forget their envy. So that's how we have to deal with 4 types of people. Ishware prem, tad adhineshu maitri, balisheshu kripa, vishatsu upeksha. That is madhyama. At least we have to come to this level. That is very important. Start working at this level. Not Kanishta. Kanishta means new devotee. मालूम नहीं है कुछ. They will not be even coming regularly. They will not be reading Krishna conscious philosophy, and they will feel मैं जो कर रहा हूँ, all in all, I don't need devotees in my life. But this Madhyama, he understands devotees are most important. We have heard about this Dhruva's story. After Dhruva, he perfected his life, he got darshan of the Lord. Lord gave him the benediction that he will rule this Dhruva Loka he will rule this planet for 35,000 years, then he will go to Dhruva Loka. He ruled for 35,000 years. Then he left his kingdom, went to the forest, did tapasya, and one day, in the morning time, as he is about to begin his morning rituals, he sees the Vaikuntha Viman descending from the sky. And in that, 2 associates of the Lord are there, Nanda and Sunanda. And they speak so wonderfully. They say, "O Dhruva, you are the best of your dynasty. There is nobody as fortunate as you in your entire dynasty. Nobody has achieved this planet which you will be achieving now. You will go to Dhruva Loka. You are most fortunate, Dhruva. This Vaikuntha Viman is waiting for you. Please come." Just imagine tomorrow morning if you sit for japa and Vaikuntha Viman descends and says, "What's kiska naam loogi?" Vaikuntha Viman is waiting. So you know what Dhruva did? He did 2 things. Very, very important things. Nishamya Vaikuntha niyojya mukhyayo madhuchyutam vacha murukrama priya kritabhisheka kritanitya mangalo munin pranamya shishamabhyavadayat. Nishamya, when he heard Vaikuntha niyojya mukhyo, when he heard the associates of Lord Nanda Sunanda speaking madhuchyuta, ऐसा लग रहा था कि मधु चू रहा है, टपक रहा है उनके मुख से. And some people speak, it is very pleasing to hear. And some people when they speak, क्यों बोल रहा है? कर्कश बोलते हैं हिंदी में उसको, कर्कश आवाज, very unpalatable है. आप लोगों के बज रहा होगा ना किसी की आवाज, ये बोलते हैं ना, रे 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 क्यों बोल रहे हैं, ये बताने की जरूरत नहीं है, वो पूछूंगा भी नहीं. So these great devotees of the Lord Nanda Sunanda, they are speaking so beautifully. Madhuchyutam vacha murukrama priya. These great devotees of the Lord were speaking so nicely. Please come, O Dhruva. Vaikuntha Viman is waiting for you. So what Dhruva did, that is very interesting. अच्छा सोचिए अगर आपके सामने अभी वैकुंठ विमान आया और बोले चलो अभी चलेंगे, दिख नहीं रहा है पूछने वाला मेरे को, सब बड़े लोग हैं, कोई बच्चे रहते हैं तो पूछ सकते हैं उनको. हाँ जी. So what generally will somebody will do?
सर आपने कभी बोला था जाने के बाद वापस नहीं आएंगे तो मैं तो ले जाती.
Somebody will say, अभी आप माला लेके बैठे हैं, सोचिए ना, ये सोचिए माला लेके आप बैठे हैं और 16 माला करना है अभी, या फिर एकादशी है तो ज्यादा ट्राई कर रहे होंगे करने का, एंड लॉर्ड कम्स एंड सेज व्हाट्स, चलो हो गया, योर लाइफ इज परफेक्ट, माला लीजिए आप ही, हम तो आते हैं आपके साथ, अभी माला करने की क्या जरूरत है, नाउ माय लाइफ इज परफेक्ट. Dhruva, what he did? Kritabhisheka Kritanitya Mangalo. he performed all his rituals. He made them wait. He did his rituals properly. That is the first thing which he did. Second, Munin pranamya shisham abhyavadayat. He was doing tapasya. He had many devotees, sages around him. He went to each and every sage and took their benedictions, blessings. Sabka आशीर्वाद लिए. Pranam, Munin pranamya. Why? They were not going. He was going. He didn't tell them, Hare Krishna, I am going. आप लोग इधर ही रह गए. No, he went and took blessings of everyone because he knew. Only because of the blessings of these devotees, now, today I am going. So that is a devotee. He never feels or she never feels, I have become such a great devotee, you know. ये लोग क्या devotee? माला भी नहीं करते हैं ठीक से. मैं तो 16 माला रोज कर रहा हूँ. हाँ. Whatever we are, it is because of the devotees around us. If we are not in this understanding and consciousness, Krishna consciousness is far away. If we are not giving respect and credit to the devotees around us, then it will be very difficult to advance in Krishna consciousness. Because Krishna never likes a proud devotee. Krishna likes a devotee who is humble, who is simple, who is ready to serve other devotees, ready to take any chance to serve. After all, that's what we are asking. Every time we are chanting, Oh Srimati Radharani, please engage me in service. Service of Krishna. Service of the devotees of Krishna. So that is very, very important to understand. Prabhupada writes, as a rich man has his symptoms by which he is known as a rich man. If a rich man comes, anybody can understand the way that person will walk or speak, the way he will dress or she will dress. Oh, he looks like a rich person. As a diseased man has his symptoms by which he is known to be diseased. Now when you see somebody who is bimar, oh samajh jate hain, bichara khans raha hai, he is not in good mood, diseased. Or a learned man has his symptoms. If you talk to a person, just by speaking to that person, you will understand, wow, he is a very learned person. It looks like, speaks in a very refined way and he is speaking in such a wonderful way, giving quotations. Learned man. So a man in transcendental consciousness of Krishna has his symptoms in various dealings. So that's what we have to learn. So that when somebody asks, somebody meets us, oh, it looks like a spiritual person. Otherwise, ये भी तो वैसे ही हैं, हमारे जैसे ही हैं. What is the difference? Prabhupada would say, when somebody would ask Prabhupada, how do you define your devotees, your disciples? What Prabhupada said, anyone knows? My disciples are perfect ladies and gentlemen. Just by meeting the disciples or devotees, we should know, somebody should tell, they are very good people. So the way we behave in the world, the way we interact with the people, that is very important. That shows who we are. One can know his specific symptoms from Bhagavad Gita. So now, this entire section, we should try to cultivate. We may not be at this level now. At least we should know. We know that, okay, यहाँ पे पहुँचना है. How we should speak, how we should behave. All this is what we have to learn in our Krishna conscious journey. It will not come automatically. Suddenly one day you get up and अच्छे symptoms सब आ गए लग रहा है. We have to work for it. We have to endeavor. Fake it till you make it. Even if we don't want to do something, still we should do it. Just like one time, Yaduvar Prabhu, one of the very senior Prabhupada disciples, who has made the Hare Krishna movie, and many other movies. He was a photographer. So when he started coming to Krishna consciousness, interacting with devotees, so he would always see that whenever Swamiji comes in, all these people, they fall on the ground. I don't know why they fall. And he didn't want to bow down in front of Prabhupada. So purposefully, whenever Swamiji, Prabhupada would come, he would take his camera, he would start shooting. And Prabhupada noticed it. And he called Yadubar Prabhu later. He said, why are you not bowing down? At that time he was not even initiated, new person. He said, Swamiji, I don't feel like bowing down. Prabhupada said, bow down now, feelings will come later. So even if you don't like to do something, still we should do. Feelings will come later. Whether you like it or not, this is the right thing to do. When we were children, how many of us liked to study? Still we did. Now we are working. How many of us like to work whole day? Still we work. Because we know it is important, it is needed. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness, we should know what is to be done, although we may not like it. Man kar raha hai, nahi kar raha hai, still we should do it. So that's how we have to behave in the world. So we'll be in the further chapters, further verses, we'll see very, very wonderful description of such a person. Okay, I'll stop.